For today's video, I want to share a fall self-care routine. I enjoy doing these routine videos on my channel because it's sort of my way to keep in check with my own healthy habits and my own routine. So we're starting off with getting a good start in the morning with a fall-inspired breakfast. This is pumpkin spice overnight oats, and making sure to fuel my body first thing in the morning before I drop the kids off at school or just after when I get home from dropping them off. I like to make these because you can make them and they're ready the next morning. So I often wake up, before the sun's up and like to have something to sort of reach for. So I will put the ingredients in the description box and the recipe. But basically it's oat milk, it's canned pumpkin. I'm using about a spoonful of canned pumpkin, some of the pumpkin pie, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, just sort of mixing that all together. And then I'm adding rolled oats. You can make this quicker if you use the 1 minute or 4 minute oats, so you can have it if you want to make it in the morning, but I like to make it so that it's ready overnight for the next day. You can sweeten with maple syrup, stevia, honey. I put a little bit of brown sugar, but I try to keep it on the minimal so it's not overly sweet, but you can adjust to your liking. I like to mix it up and then just put the top on and stick it in the refrigerator, and it's ready to go first thing in the morning. I definitely can be one of those people to just grab a cup of coffee and not have a proper breakfast, or just sort of like nibble on something. So I want to make sure that I'm always trying to get a good, healthy, solid breakfast in. So this is just a quick and easy way to have it ready to go first thing in the morning, and it tastes delicious, and it's inspired by the beautiful fall season, and I love these pumpkin spice oats. So I absolutely love to read. I'm always reading something new and always trying to grow. And this book was recommended to me by a songwriter out here in Nashville named Reggie Ham. So it's funny because my maiden name is Ham. His is spelled with 2 M's and mine was with 1. But the TikTok algorithm put him into my For You page. And I love how it sends people that may not even be like super popular, but the just advice that they're giving is relevant. So he's a songwriter. He's written tons of great songs, hundreds and hundreds of them. One of them he wrote is called I Surrender All, and just a lot of fantastic songs. And he gives really great tips on TikTok about songwriting, and he recommended this book. It's definitely very spiritual. It has a lot of like universe, God talk, not so much Bible or religious, but definitely some spiritual talk, which might be off-putting to some. Just kind of wanted to give that as a disclaimer. But there's a lot of good takeaways as well for artists, I think. Since I read so many different types of books, I'm definitely chew the fish, spit out the bones. I really try to take what resonates and leave the rest, but there's a lot of really interesting takeaway. And one of the exercises that she has, it's like a 12-week exercises or different exercises for artists. And one of them is called morning pages, which is essentially just journaling. And it's something that I've been doing anyway, but sort of the way that she suggests doing it is a little bit different than how I've done it in the past, except for recently I have been a lot more sort of just spilling all of everything that's in my head, just sort of like a brain dump, where in the past it's been more kind of like the daily goals and more bullet point. And I'm taking a different approach with journaling, which has been really interesting and really enlightening. It's let me in on some of my blocks, some of the things that that I've just gone through this year, and some of the struggles that I've had in just writing it out and being able to sort of process it on paper. So yeah, in terms of creative blocks for artists, it definitely, I find, is really helpful in some of these exercises. So you read 1 chapter a week, and then you can do the exercises or the ones that resonate. When the weather starts to cool down, I especially struggle with consuming enough water throughout the day, which seems like something I would eventually get over, but it's a constant struggle to make sure that I'm plenty hydrated. So I love this Essence water because it kind of makes drinking water exciting. Also, by the way, quick shout out, you can peep some of our collection from QVC, our home decor collection, in the background there. I'll put a link in the description to some of the beautiful home decor pieces we have with QVC. You can check that out. So yeah, this is a must try. If you like cinnamon and apple, definitely try it out. It's great in the fall months and just again, it's really simple. So many of these routines come down to simplicity, but consistency. And that's a constant work in progress, I think, in all of our lives. And so that, and I'm still doing Heather Robertson workouts online. I kind of do them and then I'll pause and sort of do my own thing. And then I try to take the dogs for walks and just really simple exercise. I like to get out in nature and walk around and move around, but then I also like to work with light weights and just really simple workouts. So upper body, lower body. I want to start getting back into kind of, more push-ups, sit-ups, all of that. Overall, it's better for my physical and mental health and something that I like to have consistently in my routine. And yeah, just getting back into the swing of that after moving here. I do a combination of different things: stretching, Pilates, yoga, weights, light weights, walking, jogging, all of that jazz. I kind of like to go back and forth between lots of different things. This time of the year always brings our fair share of fighting viruses, so I always try to have vitamins, emergency, throat coat. One of my favorite herbal teas, especially if you're a singer, is throat coat, and it's great if you just have a sore throat. The lemon echinacea and the slippery elm. I'm always taking my emergency if I feel like I'm coming down with something. I just had a gig the other night. I sat in with a really cool band here in Nashville, and they hired me for this gig at the W Hotel. And I bring my throat coat in my Stanley thermos, which keeps it hot for, I'll show you in a future video, it keeps it hot for the whole night. I sang for 4 hours, and throat coat is just an absolute must. I'm sure a lot of you know about it already, but you can find it wherever herbal teas are sold, and it's amazing. I have another gig next week, and I always bring it with me. It's my must-have, and I drink it throughout the week as well. The slippery elm one is really great for soothing your throat, and yeah, I have to keep my immune system up. I don't like to cancel if I've booked a gig, and so I wanna have a strong respiratory system and try to stay healthy this winter, so I can keep doing those. And it's been fun. I'll keep you posted on the ones that are not private events that y'all can come to if you're local. It would be so fun to see you. So right now I'm actually going to do some vocal warm-ups to just kind of keep my chops going and then practice. So after I do my practicing time, which looks a little different every day just depending on what's coming up and what I want to work on, what I want to focus on, Byron just built me this desk for our office, which is still sort of coming together. So it's not quite done yet, and we're still like painting, and the whole, the areas of the house that I haven't shown yet are not ready, but we're getting there little by little. So I'm doing some editing today. I have a really fun fall like kids video, some activities that I've been doing with my kids that are fall themed. That'll go up this weekend right before Halloween. So I'm editing that right now. We went to a pumpkin patch for a field trip day, and we made pumpkin seeds and carved pumpkins and made a little craft, and I'm going to share some fall books that I've been loving for the kids. And so I was working on that, and then I'm going to get started with dinner. I love easy crock pot meals. They are my favorite, especially in the crisp, cooler months. So I love to get that started earlier in the day while the kids are at school, because then when they get home, we have the after school routine, and it's done by time it's dinner time. I don't really have to worry about it. So I'm chopping up an entire onion. I am browning 2 chicken breasts with some salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put those 2 things in the crock pot. We unfortunately do not have any homemade chicken broth at the moment, which we usually do, but I always keep Swanson chicken broth in my cabinet just in case. I get the less sodium version. So I'm going to put chicken breast in the crock pot. I'm going to brown the onion, and I'm going to add that to the crock pot. I'm also going to add some celery and carrots, and then I'm going to add 1 or 2 full things of Swanson chicken broth, depending on how much you want. I'll put all of the ingredients in the description box so you can try this recipe if you want, but it's really easy. And this is actually inspired by A Good Life Farm, one of my favorite channels on YouTube. Constance is her name. We chat back and forth on Instagram. She's super sweet. And she made a lemon orzo chicken soup, and this is very similar because I am going to use orzo, and I'm also going to use some lemon zest. I think I did it a little bit different, but it's pretty similar. So once the chicken has been in simmering for a few hours, you can take it out and shred it. Take it out, shred it, put it back in, and then I'm going to add some orzo. I'm going to add some lemon zest as well, just to give that kind of nice lemony flavor. And I'm just going to let that cook for a few hours until it's dinner time. And this is quick, easy, and perfect on those cold, chilly days. So I have this rock retinol right now, which I'm gonna start using now that we're moving into the winter months and I'm not outside in the sun as much. So I'm gonna start using that treatment and sort of see how I like it. I already don't love it. I don't love the scent. There's a lot of fragrance in it, but I've heard that it's amazing and you can find it at your local drugstore. It's pretty affordable and it's supposed to be a great option for a retinol. So I'm gonna just get through it and then I'll kind of give my feedback on that. I'm also just gonna do like on my feet, I'm gonna do a treatment. I'm gonna use the Vaseline cocoa butter on my calluses and then just put some socks over that. Just really simple self-care. After the kids go to sleep and we have dinner and then the bedtime routine and all that stuff, we have been binging Gilmore Girls, or if I have a second and I'm just chilling in the day, I'll turn on an episode, but mostly I watch it at night. And I'm on season 5 and I'm really liking it, although I'm definitely team Luke because I'm not sure what I think about everybody else right now. I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this, but it's definitely cozy vibes. I love the set design and just all of the thought put into that. And overall, it's been a really fun show to binge watch. So we've been watching episodes. Fun fact, I didn't know Carole King was in this show, and I also didn't know that she wrote the theme song until just recently. It sort of clicked. So it's been fun. I've been enjoying it. And that's it. That's my fall self-care routine at the moment. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for new videos this week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.